This practice will be about 30 minutes, and it's based on what I like to do when I need to just get up. I've been doing a lot of sitting, getting some stretches in, starting standing, and then moving down to the floor. So this is good for during the day or maybe even first thing in the morning. I'd recommend having either a yoga mat or a blanket underneath you, just something comfortable under the feet and for when we move down to the floor. So beginning in standing, you can have the feet either hip width apart or even wider than the hips. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart and just breathing here, taking a nice deep breath. As you inhale, breathing in from the toes, drawing the breath all the way up the body to the top of the head. As you exhale, releasing the breath back down to the toes. Again, inhaling the breath up through the entire body. And exhaling down and taking another full body breath in and out. Releasing the hands by your sides and just starting to sway from side to side, twisting the body gently, letting this movement be fluid. Remembering to breathe anytime that you can, sighing out on the exhale, releasing tension. Letting the arms fall naturally, noticing how the body feels. On an inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, fingertips come to touch. You can turn your gaze to look up toward the fingertips. On an exhale, turn the hands away from one another and sweep them down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, turning the palms away and drawing them down. Taking 2 more breaths with this motion. And just pausing and stand for a moment. If there's any intention you'd like to set, you can do that now. And stepping to the short end of your mat. Bringing the focus down to the left foot. Picking it up slowly, stepping it back, coming into a high lunge. Coming onto the ball of the left foot, having a slight bend in the left knee. And then bending the right knee as well, making sure it's either directly above the ankle or even a little further back. And just making sure the knee isn't forward of the ankle. On an inhale, stretch the arms up, fingertips reach to the ceiling, sinking down through the hips. The next time you exhale, dropping the arms down first, bringing the focus once more to the left foot, slowly rotating it in and dropping the left heel down. And then turning the right toes in as well, so both feet are pointing the same direction. And kind of shimmying the feet so that they're in line with one another. We'll come into a wide-legged forward fold here. If you think that your hands can comfortably reach the ground, then you won't need a prop. If you think that you'll want something to rest the hands on, grabbing something from around your house, so maybe a stack of books, or if you want something a little higher, just grabbing a chair and placing that in front of you. So if you want a prop, pausing now to grab that. And then when you're ready, hinging slowly from the hips, drawing the chest forward, lowering the torso down, and releasing the hands either to your prop or to the floor, drawing the crown of the head toward the floor, putting a slight bend in the knees here so you're not hyperextending, and just releasing. Using both gravity and the breath here to let go of any tension you might be holding in the upper body. Taking one more breath in our wide-legged forward fold, releasing as fully as you can on the exhale. And as you inhale, starting to slowly lift back up, coming to stand. And once you reach stand, lifting the shoulders up and rolling them back. And once more, lifting the shoulders up and back. Bring the focus to the left foot, and this time pointing it out in the opposite direction. We'll shift onto the ball of the right foot, pointing the right heel back toward the back of the mat. Bending the right knee again, not forward of the ankle. On an inhale, lifting arms up, fingers reach toward the ceiling, creating space between the shoulders and the ears. As you breathe, inhaling from the right knee up to the right shoulder. The next time you exhale, releasing arms down, bringing the focus to the right foot, rotating it in and dropping the heel, and then rotating the left foot in, and starting either to heel toe the feet together, or if you're using a blanket, just stepping to the middle. And we'll take another deep breath with the arms here, sweeping them up overhead, turning the gaze upward, taking a gentle back bend. Exhaling the hands to heart center, and then letting them release down. Take a couple of circles with the head and neck here, just moving slowly in one direction and then the other. And then letting the chin come down to chest and releasing fingers behind the head. Release the hands and circle. Right ear up to right shoulder, bringing right hand onto the side of the head, stretching left arm out long, spreading the fingertips. Inhaling up through the tip of the left middle finger to the crown of the head. Exhale, releasing any tension. And then releasing arms down, circling chin to chest, and left ear comes up to left shoulder, left hand comes to the side of the head, right arm stretches out. Again, inhaling up through the right fingertips to the crown of the head. And on the exhale, letting go of tension. Slowly releasing, hands, head circles down, and then taking a couple of circles in both directions here with the head. And letting chin come down to chest, slowly lifting the head up. And once again, stepping to the short end of the mat. On an inhale, sweeping arms up. On an exhale, sweeping the arms down, hinging from the hips, coming to a forward fold. And having the feet either hip width apart or even wider here. Releasing down, swaying from side to side, maybe grabbing hold of opposite elbows, drawing the torso in closer. On an inhale, come up to a flat back, bringing palms of the hands either to the thighs or the shins. Exhaling, release back down. And then bending the knees as much as you need to in order to bring the hands down onto the mat on either sides of the feet. Stepping one foot back and then the other. Lifting up into downward facing dog. Hips drop toward the ceiling. And hips and thighs push back toward the back of your mat. widening the fingers, spreading them as wide as they can go, rooting down through all four corners of each palm, bending the elbows out toward the sides of your mat, bending the right knee deeply, stretching the left heel down toward the floor, and switching the legs, bending the left knee, bending the right knee again, and then the left. And then straightening both legs, reaching both heels toward the floor, pushing the front of the mat away from you with the hands. And then exhale, dropping the knees down to the mat. We'll set up for child's pose, bringing the knees out wider than the hips and tucking the feet and drawing the big toes toward one another. Sit the hips back toward the heels. They might reach the heels or they might just be going in that direction. And then lowering the elbows down if you can, letting the head fall. And feel free to use a pillow here, either under the hips or under the head, making yourself comfortable. Letting the hands rest in whatever position is most comfortable for the wrists. We'll take 5 breaths here. Next time you inhale, lifting the head up off of the mat and lifting the hips, finding your way into table. So tucking the toes under and bringing the knees in under the hips, about hip width distance apart, wrists under shoulders. And we'll start with some cat-cow movements. On an inhale, drawing the tailbone up and stretching the chest forward and up, lifting the chin. As you exhale, rounding everything down, drawing chin into chest, arching the back. Inhale, lifting forward and up. And exhale, drawing down and in. And continuing with this movement, taking 3 more cycles of breath, letting the breath guide the movement. After the next exhale is complete, coming to a neutral spine and table, and turning the head over to the left, drawing the left hip forward, looking back at the hip, coming through center and then over to the right, back through center and once more to the left, and then to center again and over to the right. And then walking the hands a couple inches further forward, we'll start to take some circles through the whole body, incorporating the hips, incorporating as much of the body as you can. You can move in circles. You could also trace a figure 8 with the body, noticing what feels the best for you. Letting the next circle be your last one. Slowly drawing the hips back, coming to sit on the heels. And then lowering the hips to one side, stretching the legs out long in front of you. Bend the right knee, keep the left leg out long. We'll cross the right knee over left leg, hugging it in with the left arm, and then planting the right palm behind you. As you plant the right palm down, using that leverage to lift the spine up tall. And the next exhale, untwisting, stretching right leg long and bending left knee, crossing it over, hugging the right arm around the left leg, drawing it in, and planting left palm down beside you. As you inhale, drawing yourself up taller, and as you exhale, twisting deeper. Taking one more breath here, and then on the exhale, releasing. Dropping the left leg down alongside the right and just kind of shaking both legs out. Bringing the soles of the feet together, coming into bound angle pose. Letting the hands rest wherever is most comfortable, sitting up tall. If you feel like you need a deeper stretch, you can also walk the hands forward in front of you. And dropping the head down, releasing into the pose. Next exhale, starting to lift up, bringing the hands to the outsides of the knees, drawing them together, and scooting the hips to the center of your mat or blanket if they're not there already. Lower down onto the back, keeping the knees bent for now. And once you get down to the back, drawing knees into chest, rocking side to side. And lowering the legs down. Lifting arms up overhead, palms come to the floor, stretching the body long, and then release. Walking both feet over to the top left corner of the mat, and then moving the wrists over to the back left corner, coming into a crescent moon stretch. As you breathe, inhaling from the right heel all the way up to the right fingers. And exhaling, letting the breath flow down the right side of the body. And slowly drawing the feet and then the hands and head back to center. And pausing for a moment. When you're ready, coming into your crescent moon stretch on the opposite side. Feet coming to the right corner of the mat and hands coming to the right corner of the mat. Inhaling up from the left heel to the left fingers. Exhale, releasing the breath back down. And slowly coming back to center. Drawing knees into chest, wrapping arms around shins, rock from side to side over the spine. Letting the left leg come down long, hug only the right knee in, and slowly shift over onto the left side of the body. Drawing right knee down toward the floor, stretching right arm out to the right, and turning the head over to the right as well. The next time you inhale, Drawing the right knee back up, coming onto your back, and changing the legs, letting the right leg come down long. Left knee hugs into the chest. And rolling yourself over onto the right side, drawing the knee down to the floor, and stretching left arm out to the left. On an inhale, drawing yourself up once again. Releasing left foot down to the mat, bending the right knee, bringing both soles of the feet onto the ground. Walking feet out wider than the hips, maybe as wide as the edges of the mat, and just taking some windshield wiper motions with the knees. And ignoring the creaky old floor. Letting the knees come back up to center, walking the feet into hip width distance apart, crossing right ankle over left thigh, pushing the right knee away from you. If you want more of a stretch, bringing hands to the back of the left thigh, drawing the legs in. On an exhale, lowering both feet back to the ground, crossing left ankle over right thigh and drawing the legs in. And releasing down, stretching the legs long. And then taking any final poses or stretches that your body would like to do first before you come into our final resting pose. You can also grab any extra pieces of clothing or blankets or pillows, anything to make you more comfortable. And when you're ready for the final resting pose, tucking the shoulders under, letting the hands come out wider than the shoulders, palms facing up toward the ceiling, bringing feet out wider than the hips, letting them fall out to the sides, taking a deep breath in and releasing, drawing your awareness into the body, letting yourself be fully present with the body and with the breath, letting everything else go. starting to bring some movement into the fingers and the toes. Taking as much time as you need to, starting to find your way up to seated. Maybe rolling onto one side of the body first. Noticing how your body would like to move. Coming to sit cross-legged, closing the eyes for another moment. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart. We'll take another deep breath together, inhaling and exhaling. And as we start to bring the body back into motion and the awareness back to our surroundings, holding on to this sense of stillness and peacefulness from the yoga practice. Ending with a bow. Thank you for joining and have a lovely rest of your day.